Hello, how are you? Everybody's good right now. Hope you're feeling well. Let me share this real quick. Hold on a moment. Matter of fact, there's always things that I need to get together when I do this. There's always the minor stuff that wants to get done first, you know? Like, should I share this thing? Mm, hold on. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. I bought some Zevo, some bug spray for in the house, but it's really should have brought it outside and sprayed it outside and get rid of all these gnats or aphids or whatever they are. That's a botheration to New Yorkers right now. Okay? Has nothing to do with my topic. I just had to mention that because I got everything together. So, whew, how y'all feeling? How y'all doing? For those who don't know, my name is Bitavi, and I'm here to talk about sugar. Oh my goodness, sugar. Sugar, sugar, sugar. We all need sugar. As a matter of fact, yeah, we all need sugar. It's very safe to say that we all need sugar in our life. We actually need sweet in our life. We need something sweet in our life all the time, but our body needs sugar. It really does. Why, you say? Sugar in the form of carbohydrates is necessary to give energy to your cells. Yeah, you heard me right. Carbohydrates are needed to give your cells energy to do what the hell it needs to do. Whatever these cells need to do. Cells that create organs, that create systems, they need carbs to fuel them and keep them going. We need sugar for energy. We need sweet. Sweet can give us energy. What do you mean by sweet, vitamin? What is sweet? We need sweet emotions. We need sweet actions in our lives in order to survive, to give us energy, to give us a boost. Sometimes something sweet can be a hug, and that can give us energy, that can give us motivation, inspiration, make us feel better to do what we need to do. Sometimes we need someone to hold our hand or, you know, rub our head or, do something nice for us. Those things that are sweet. They fuel our souls, they fuel our spirits, give us energy, reason, purpose, right? What happens when the sugar is too sweet? See, the problem isn't only sugar, it's a whole bunch of issues with us humans, right? But in dealing with sugar, very tricky subject because sugar seems like it's the devil. But when I tell you that you need carbohydrates for energy of your cells, and you know that you can get carbohydrates from sugars, let's put the S on it, you're like, well, why is sugar the devil if I need sugar? Same reason why fat is the devil and you need fat. Same reason why protein can be the devil and you need protein. Because too much of it is never good. You see, also what you get from sugars or sugars are insulin. Insulin, which is processed mostly by the pancreas. Okay, so that these cells can get the right amount that they need, and you do what you do. A lot of times, when it's too much insulin for the pancreas to process, or there's too much carbs going on, it becomes a negative thing. Too much carbohydrates can turn into fat. Okay, too much sugars can turn into fat. Too much anything turns into fat in your body. All right, and when your pancreas can no longer process the insulin properly, or it needs more insulin for it to work, you can get something called diabetes. Type 1 diabetes you are born with. Type 2 diabetes you usually get after a certain time. And back in the days when you had type 2 diabetes, what used to help type 2 diabetes? Decrease your sugar, exercise more. Why does exercise make a difference with sugar? Well, remember, if carbohydrates give you energy, we need to expend that energy somehow, not just in what we do every day, but when we are active. Activities like exercise allows those sugars processed properly into carbohydrates, give us our necessary energy, and so on and so forth. We give ourselves eustress instead of de-stress. Okay? That's the good thing about sugars. When you exercise, processes these sugars a lot better. Okay? It allows you to excrete the excess sugar properly, whether by sweat or by, the other forms of excrement. Okay? Excretion, uh, elimination. That's a better way to put it, ain't it? Yeah, it is. So what's the real problem here? The real problem is the type of sugars that we consume. And you all know this, right? You all know this. You hear this somehow, some way, you know? For those of us who are over the age of 45, I'm sure you grew up at a time when there was no such thing as high fructose corn syrup. Didn't exist. Cane sugar existed. Agave might have existed, but it wasn't very popular. Maple syrup definitely existed. Molasses existed. All these things, but not high fructose corn syrup. Certainly not aspartame or any of these sweeteners that you may have heard of, tried, or used, and not even realized it. The vehicles of sugar is our main issues, right? Where we get these sugars from, that's the main problem. And just like how processed food is not good for you because it carries no nutrients whatsoever, for the most part, a lot of these sugars have no nutrients in them whatsoever. All right? And it gets even worse as we go through the different sugars. Okay? Because all of them, for the most part, except for a few, have problems. Well, all of them can have problems because all of them can be made artificially. Okay? They can make something that looks like maple syrup, tastes like maple syrup, ain't made out of a damn tree. Okay? We all know this too. All right? Aspartame and the like, those are man-made sugars. They don't come from nothing. Right? To the point where there's articles coming out that the FDA is now saying that aspartame and these different types of sweeteners can now have possible cancer links. They didn't know that before when they approved it. They actually might have known that before they approved it because something that is man-made, right? It's not a natural occurrence. Your body has no clue about what to do with it. What do we do with this, right? Even if you shit it out, it's not going to be enough for it to get out of your body. It's going to turn into fat. It'll probably turn into visceral fat before anything else, which is really horrible for your organs and do all kinds of damage. Give you high blood pressure, diabetes, this, that, and the third. Because guess who cannot process these unnatural sugars? Your pancreas. Okay? I don't know what to do with that. It might give it too much insulin. Might not give it enough insulin. Who knows? It depends on the individual. You know? I don't do any of these sweeteners. And if I take something with that sweetener in it, my body will immediately know I'll get sick. I will. Okay? I love candy. I love chocolate. I have sugar problems. Most of us do. Okay? Most of us are addicted to sugar. All right? Most of us. If you're not addicted to sugar, you might be addicted to salt. That's a whole other thing. Okay? High fructose syrup, well, comes from corn, but corn is a bone and muscle builder. Okay? It's supposed to put weight on you. All right? But that don't mean that something like corn syrup is going to do what it do. It's not going to have the same benefits because of the way you process the shit. Okay? Processing usually makes a difference in what the hell happens with your natural products, right? When they mess with it. Never want that. Okay? It's not good. Yeah, I'm walking outside, folks. I usually do these lives when I'm walking or doing some kind of activity, exercise or something. So I can remain as focused as possible, which is hard. Which is hard. So yeah. What do we do about this? That's the main thing. Hey, Vitamin, what do we do about the crap? What do you do about the sugar thing? You become an extremist? No, I am an extremist. And like I said, your body needs sugar, okay? You can do all the keto diets on the planet. Your body still needs sugar, all right? The keto diet does not completely exclude sugar from your life. That's crazy. That can never happen because, like I said, you need sugar for energy, all right? And for those of you who do not know, the keto diet was originally created for autistic children under 7 years old because at one point in time it was believed that sugar was a high factor in boosting autism and the symptoms of autism. The keto diet actually controlled it, allowed them to be more focused, things like this. All right, and it just so happened that when adults tried the keto diet, they lost weight. Same thing with these drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy, who are actually made by the same people. These drugs are for type 2 diabetes, right? Moderate to severe, I think. One side effect of this is that you lose weight. Okay, so now you have a whole bunch of people who don't have moderate to severe diabetes type 2. They might have no diabetes at all, and they're taking Ozempic and Wegovy in order to lose weight. What's the difference between Ozempic and Wegovy? Whatever main ingredient they have. Hold on, folks. Whatever their main ingredient is, Wegovy is less of it than Ozempic. That's really the only difference, okay? It's funny because the makers of these two products are now starting to sue people for creating copies of their product. Yeah, right. So yeah, you lose weight on these things, but then you get Ozempic face and Ozempic butt and all this other weird stuff, like the opposite of plastic surgery, like kind of crazy. Whereas the good old-fashioned things should work, right? But if for you, feeling sweet, feeling nice, is looking a certain way when you look in the mirror, you're going to do whatever you want to do to get there, right? So controlling sugar, restraining yourself from too much sugar can be a very complicated thing. Where do we start? Start with the basics. Don't cut out all candy forever and ever, right? Don't cut out all your juice forever and ever or whatever it is, right? Ooh, I may have to go soon. Um, Start off slow. For me, the main sugar that I have an issue with, and see, for me, I have to determine which sugar I have the biggest issue with. Because I don't do agave and I don't do molasses. I don't do the sweeteners, like I said. My main issue is high fructose corn syrup because it's in a lot of juices. It's in a lot of ginger ales that I like, the flavored ginger ales. So, oh, guys, I didn't give you an update on what's going on with me. So, I haven't lost too much from the last time I spoke to you. Probably lost like 0.7 pounds the last time I weighed myself. But I increased my skeletal muscle. My body fat percentage went down by 3%. So basically, I look the way that I did before, a few exceptions, but I'm still jiggly. I'm not muscular at all. It's not there at all. Not at all. So I still have a little ways to go, right? But it's okay. I'm looking slimmer every day, okay? And I'm getting to the point where I'm building up my endurance again so I can get back to the things I need to get back to. This is good news, okay? Anywho, high fructose corn syrup. I like to look at labels. I like to read ingredients and percentages and things like that based off of a serving XYZ. I do. I come to realize, okay, so when you look at the label for most juices at the top, first thing they'll tell you is how much juice is in the thing. Okay? Whatever percent juice is in the thing. Most things have 0% juice or very small amounts of juice. Very rare you'll find something that's 100% juice. Like OJ, sure, most times 100% juice. Then they have orange drinks that are less. You know what I mean? Things like that. It's better for me to eat apples than apple juice because the process of turning the apples into apple juice, there's way too much sugar in it. And then they add sugar for the most part too. More than likely, your favorite high fructose corn syrup. Anywho, getting back to this label. So I get to the label of my favorite ginger ale. You go down and you go to the sugar, and they have total sugars, and it'll say 1%. Then underneath that, it'll say added sugars. The added sugar percentage is usually twice the amount of the total sugars percentage. I really don't know why. I should find out because it bugs me. However, when you look at the added sugars of your favorite flavored ginger ale, it's usually around 125 to 150%. That's way too much. So I gotta switch it, you know? It's not just drink more water. Water is important because it helps to flush all the crap out. But more important is not to put so much sugar in there or put better sugar in there. You know, I rather cane sugar. I rather regular sugar, you know, not high fructose corn syrup or some other weird thing that it's hard for me to pronounce. Okay? Maple syrup, wow, works for me. Okay? Even agave, it's been processed so much, right, for mass consumption that now it's super high on the glycemic index. Honey, I don't do honey because one, I love bees. Two, it's a real big crash. It's a sugar crash when you take honey direct. And honey is actually better for the outside of you rather than the inside of you. I mean, it's good for the inside of you, but still. I like these. Okay? Cane sugar, regular sugar, once you glue, molasses, I'm good. All right? So here's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking a break for my flavored ginger ales for about a week. And I'm going to replace it with juices that have more juice in it, maybe 10 to 35%, and are not made with, I think it's corn syrup. If I look at the added sugars on the label of the ingredients, etc., nutritional information, it should say under 60%. Okay? Hey, Shree, what's one thing I can drink that's low like that? Um, Ocean Spray, white cranberry juice. Dilute it with water if you have to. Because sometimes diluting certain things with water, especially those concentrated juices, where you have a lot of the natural juice in it from the fruit, even that, because you process it, there's more sugar in there, right? So sometimes it doesn't taste the same as eating the actual fruit. Add some water to that, okay? Add enough water so that it still tastes like your favorite drink, but you know that you're not getting as much sugar because this water's cutting it out. You know what I'm saying? Remember, water dissolves in sugar. I mean, sugar dissolves in water. I'm sorry. Remember, sugar dissolves in water when you stir it up, right? Dilutes it, cuts it. So it's something good to think about. I'm not telling you to do it like that, but think about the things that you know that are real sugary that you have and may not be good for you, or it'll be better if you cut it down. Cut it down. Don't exactly cut it out. Cut it down. If you know that you get a certain amount in a day or a certain amount in a week, cut it down in half. See what happens. Replace it with something. You know, maybe that'll work for you. Something to really, really think about, especially if you're pre-diabetic, or you have a genetic disposition towards diabetes, whether it's type 1 or type 2. You have to figure out where's the best places for you to get the sugar that you need to, get you through. And in the cases of people who can't even eat fruit, because fruit is always a great exception to the rule, you understand? Thing with fruit, as opposed to fruit juice, is that the body breaks down fructose real good. Okay? It breaks it down to glucose and other things. But when you get glucose just like that, it's kind of eh. So when you eat the fruit, you get the fructose, the right amount of glucose, all the good sugars that you need. But when you process that fruit to a juice, you take out a lot of the fructose and the other natural sugars that really benefit you, and just keep the straight up waste, you know? So now your body's working on the waste product of the sugar that you should get. You know what I mean? Well, probably not. But if you do, yay. If your doctor tells you that you are so diabetic that you can't even have fruit, they will have something for you like an electrolyte. Because even those have minerals and vitamins that bring those natural sugars up so that you do have enough energy. You can walk, you can talk, you can move, you're all right. I mean, we can go through the different sugars, the pros and the cons if you like. Let me know. Leave a comment, like all that. I'm sharing this information because as I go back through this journey towards where I used to be, this is a great way to share it as opposed to, I'm a personal trainer and I did this already, so blah, 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 blah. I'm going on this journey with you this time, guys. And I'm already a personal trainer. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Thanks for listening. Hope you catch the replay. And I will talk to you guys soon. Oh, and if you want to reach out to me, just leave a comment under the video and I'll send you my Instagram. All right? And we can have a convo there. All right, y'all. Have a great one. Take care. Peace.